Welcome back. I'm back in the moderator seat, and I'm excited because I get to jam on marketing with Scott.
Oh, yeah.
This is all about you, Scott. And okay, so the first thing I'm noticing, you were here last year, but you were handicapped in a sling. So you have full range of motion with both arms.
That's right, full range. Yeah, so last year was kind of crazy out here.
Skydiving accident, right? Parachute didn't open.
I was actually like saving 12 orphans.
Oh, that's better.
I wish that was the case. Just a dumb mountain biking crash. But last time it was like a week after surgery, so my nerve block was like wearing off when we were here. And also my wife was like 39 weeks pregnant with our first kid, so it was kind of like a crazy time. But excited to be back and having the arm feeling good and not worrying if my wife's going to go into labor.
That's very true.
So.
Now you can speak freely with a clear mind.
That's right.
It's great. All right, well, I got some questions here for you. The first one is, you've been busy in the last year. You and Trevor, who's here. Trevor's a G. He's on your team.
That's right.
I don't know if you guys are partners in the business, what it is, but
we are, yeah.
You guys are awesome together. You guys wrote a book, which is great. Dude, you're an author. That's cool. So you wrote about getting more first calls in the age of AI. Tell us what it's about and why you wrote it.
Yeah, so we wrote it for a handful of reasons. The gist of it, though, is we're kind of in a new era with AI out here, and so it talks about how you can get more first calls, get more families from AI. There's really three main parts to it. The first part is explaining the differences between Google paid results and Google organic results, and Google AI Overview is part of that, is part of the organic results. Because I've talked with hundreds of funeral directors telling them about our services, and it's become clear that there's not a clear understanding of the differences of what goes into Google organic is pretty different between what goes into Google paid. So that's one big part of the book, is just to help educate some funeral homes on those differences, the pros and cons with it. The next one is just pure AI search, so ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude, as more and more people are turning to them for everything, talking about how you can be the funeral home that they recommend. And we talked about this a bit on the panel, but some frameworks around that and what's different and what's the same with traditional SEO. And then the third part is I talk with funeral homeowners all the time who'll be like, hey, I'm kind of leery about marketing because I've tried similar marketing for 8 years and I have no clue if it worked. I don't know if I was getting a great return, or I don't know if I was throwing money down the drain. So the third part is how you can know with your marketing if it's working or not, and so that way you can reallocate your resources and make sure you're getting the best bang for your buck. Because I know funeral directors, funeral directors and everyone, no one wants to just waste money. They want to make sure it's going to the best places. So.
Well, okay, so you wrote a book, you have a ton of conversations, you get all this information from funeral homes, which then allows you to build tools. So I want to talk about some of the tools that you guys have built with AI. And I will say this, like, we have a lot of mutual clients. And one of the feedback I get from a lot of my clients is how the AI data that you guys use and how you bake it into all the things that you do, like, it's a very crystal clear picture of what's working and not working. So kudos to that. But tell me about Hope AI and your sales intelligence system.
Yeah, I'll start with the sales intelligence and give the precursor to that. So when we first started several years ago, we were just tracking kind of the basics, clicks, impressions, click-through rate, and stuff like that. And we had one of our first clients, we had a month where we were crushing it for her. Clicks were up, impressions were up, everything was looking amazing. We were patting ourselves on the back, feeling good about ourselves. And then we got a call from this client, and she was concerned because her actual case volume was down that month. And so kind of left us scratching our heads wondering, hey, on our end, everything looks really good. It looks, according to industry standards, everything looks how it should, but there's obviously a disconnect. So with her permission, we started to record her calls, go back and listen to them. And what we found is that majority of the calls that we were generating were what we call logistics calls. So what time is Shannon's service on Saturday? Where can I find Bob's obituary? Calls that are important for funeral homes, but ones that aren't going to necessarily increase your case volume. And so this was around the time when ChatGPT was starting to blow up and AI was becoming a real thing. And so we developed some analytics that take these calls and they analyze them to help understand what are these people actually calling about. And instead of sending all clicks and conversions back to Google as successful conversions, we are only sending the calls that the AI analyzed to understand they're actually needing a funeral service, such as my mother passed away, can you tell me about your services? Or my grandpa's in hospice, I need a funeral home. And then that really helped change our ad performance because we were optimizing around what was really working the best. And so I think that's what you're referencing with some of our mutual clients is that data. And so we send it back to Google, but then we also share it with our clients so that they have a clear understanding of what results they're getting so they can know that they're actually getting their money's worth with us.
No, it's great.
So
that's great. Now, is that the Hope AI?
So that's just call intelligence. And so that's kind of segued into our sales intelligence. And this is in beta, actually. And so the call intelligence helps us analyze the leads that are coming in to make sure things are working well. But what we've found is there's a pretty big range as far as how well our clients do with answering the phone. Some do a great job, and then others, it's just kind of like a leaky bucket because they're not answering the phone great. And so the sales intelligence actually, it goes beyond just saying, is this a qualified call or not? But we use AI to analyze all inbound calls and score them on how the staff did with answering it.
That's great.
So if you've got 3 people answering the phone, you can log into your dashboard and you can see, hey, Jennifer is doing an average of 76 out of 100, and Steve's doing an average out of 89, and Bob's doing an average of 49. So we need to do some training with Bob.
Yeah.
And then it also puts together a pipeline showing you which calls were flagged and which ones you need to listen back to with Bob and talk about how to improve answering those calls.
So what's one of the things that surprised you the most over the last couple of years just with Google and funeral homes and what you were doing for them?
As far as like the changes over the past few years? Yeah, so one thing that's interesting is, so AI is obviously a big one, and AI hallucinations used to be a pretty common thing. You know, there's this like common one where someone asked Google, how many rocks a day should I eat?
Yeah.
And Google's AI overview said you should be eating at least 1 rock per day. You know, and so you're getting a bunch of hallucinations like that. But these AI search models, they've recently implemented what's called RAG, which basically means if I ask ChatGPT or Claude a complex question, Claude's not just going to go off of its training data from years ago. It's actually going to do a search itself on some of these main search engines. So it's interesting. So ChatGPT, you ask ChatGPT a question, ChatGPT then goes and will query Google or Bing or Reddit and pull up some of the data that those places are showing, and then ChatGPT will basically summarize that into an easily understandable answer for me. And so that's one thing that's been a surprise is when it first came out, I was like, SEO is dead. I was worried about it, but now it's basically a lot of SEO is the same, and then AI is just summarizing what it finds. And there's some differences, like we talked about in the panel, of having higher quality content and stuff. But anyway, that's something that shocked me.
I love it. What is your favorite AI?
Claude. I'm a Claude guy. Yeah.
Same.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah, and then to your point, Hope AI, just super quick. So it's the AI agent we set up with funeral homes. And so after they serve families, Hope will text the next of kin and check in. So a lot of funeral directors want to check in, but it just slips through the cracks.
Tell me, what's a check-in? Like, what's that look like?
Hey, this is Hope with Smith Funeral Home. The team here, or if you want to use his funeral director's name, Bob here, wanted me to check in and make sure you're doing okay.
What happens if the family responds?
Well, yeah, most of the time they do respond. Okay. If it's negative, we direct them to the funeral home. So like, hey, I'm so sorry to hear that. Let me connect you with Bob, and we'll take care of that. And that's actually great because we'd rather address it one-on-one offline than them to go grumbling to their neighbors.
It's kind of a safety net so they don't go online.
Yeah.
Google social. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah. Most of the time they're, oh my goodness, thank you so much. You did so much for our family. In which case then we say you're welcome. And then, as you know, reviews play such a big role in how people find funeral homes. It'd mean a lot to us if you can leave us some feedback, send them the link, and then it's just right there. Click it, hit 5 stars, and
I imagine that conversion's pretty high.
Yeah, it's about double what we were seeing from just a typical email blast or text blast. And the quality of the reviews that we're seeing is better too.
That's great. And is the AI kind of like gauging the response in that regard too, of like whether it's going to be a 4-star or 5-star review? Like
as far as should we ask them to leave a review? It goes basically, is this person happy or not?
Okay.
And if they're happy, then we ask them, because 4 stars are still good.
Oh, absolutely, 100%.
So we still want 4. We just don't want 2 and 1 star and 3 stars.
That's great.
Yeah.
I love it. So you also have a free giveaway.
Yes.
We have to mention the free giveaway. I think we have a link for it too, right?
Yes.
Talk about it.
So it's for the book that we wrote.
Okay.
So firstcall.marketing/book. And so we're giving away the book for free.
There's the link in the chat.
Yeah, and if you're a funeral home, we'll ship it to you for free as well. And then with it as well, we're doing a Google visibility and an AI visibility analysis with
Nice.
the book. So we'll send you guys the book if you request the book, and then we'll also do the analysis for you, and so to personalize it to your funeral home.
It's great. Exclusive for the Unconference.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, Scott, thanks for being here. Trevor, thanks for being here. Really appreciate your guys' support of the Unconference. And again, we've got mutual clients that we've referred to each other, so all my clients are happy with your service. So
Yeah, no, appreciate it. Same here. So, yeah, I really appreciate it, Ryan.
Awesome. Thank you.
See man.
Appreciate it. All right, we are going to be back after a short 5-minute break and another Tukio's prank call. Check it out. We're going to have our cremation manufacturing panel up next. See you soon.